When you look at menopause, all you're going to see is a whole lot of negative. But if we're getting real about it, the truth is that for many, menopause can be a rebirth, and that is what we want to start talking about today. Joining me to talk about this is menopause fitness coach Samantha Montpetit-Huynh and Cityline viewer Thanuja Miller. Come on in here. Come have a seat.
Thank you.
I'm so happy. I just threatened the audience. I said, listen, if we were talking to you and you've got a great story, we might pull you onto the show. And that's how we found you, Thanuja. So I love this. And I'm going to start with your story. So you say to us that you were currently in the midst of menopause, but instead of that holding you back, you were having this wow moment. Like you were just bursting out and having a good moment in life. So walk us through that story. What is happening?
I'm going to be honest, like I really was afraid of what it would be like for me, but I'm finding that, you know, I feel better than I ever did before. I feel like I have more energy, more vitality than I ever did before. I feel younger than I ever did before.
Nice.
So to me, it's been a really positive experience and exciting. I feel like I'm taking more risks. I'm really starting to take ownership in investing in me, which is something I wasn't doing maybe 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Yeah. It's all about me now. And I don't know if it's the hormones, if it's menopause, if it's perimenopause. I don't care really, because I love how I'm feeling. So,
right.
Yeah.
You don't know and you don't care.
I don't know. And I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah.
Because the vibes are immaculate.
It's
You're
amazing.
feeling very good. So have you taken any risks lately?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'd say I have. Like, you know, when I started going through this about 2.5, 3 years ago, I started my own business. That's a side hustle.
Yeah.
I wasn't really believing that I could really take it anywhere, but it's a design business called J&J Design, and we're a full-service design firm that does everything residential. And it started to organically just get better and better and better. And the risk that I took was that I left my corporate background of working in the corporate world, career, you know, climbing the ladder, doing the financial stuff, all of that, and just decided to focus on my business, and it's having a moment. So I think that, you know, the confidence wasn't there 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I just feel like I can do anything.
See, I like the idea of having that confidence come to a swell where you are, I am so good right now. I'm going to make choices that are going to affect me and me only, because I'm only thinking about me right now, and see if I can actually even level up my life. Even if your life is good, I think it's a beautiful thing to be in a moment where you feel like I can try whatever I want. Because we say that that's for people in their 20s, right? Not necessarily.
Nope.
So Sam, I love that you're here. We go way back. So I remember us talking about our kids when they were much younger. And I love the way your career trajectory, because you're working with women who have menopause in the fitness space. How are you feeling these days? You feeling confident? Are you feeling happy?
The best thing I did with my business was to focus on menopause, because it finally gave women a space to come to and feel like, okay, I'm not alone. And I know personally for me, I've never felt better. I am the healthiest I've ever been. I'm the strongest I've ever been. And so I'm just feeling really, really good. And when I work with my clients, that is what I'm trying to do with them. Even though, I'm going to be totally honest, most women who come to me, they come to me because they're struggling with menopause weight gain, which is very common. And so I always want to validate that. But the first thing we do is we don't even talk about weight gain. Weight gain or weight loss. I talk about, well, what do you think weight loss is going to bring you? Oh, it's going to bring me, I want to be more mobile. I want to be happier. I want to have my sex life back. I want to do all of these things. Let's focus on that. And if the weight loss is meant to be, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But use this as an opportunity to actually take care of yourself, right? Like you just said, we think you can only do that in your 20s. I say menopause is a perfect opportunity. Most of us, who if we have children, not all of us, our kids are now older, we're not driving them around to different activities. Take this as a time to actually invest in yourself. Do all the things that you kept putting off because you're taking care of everybody else. Now is your time to be better than you ever have been.
I love that. So when I think of myself, like at the gym, and I look around and it's like, I don't see another middle-aged woman with my body that is pushing the weight that I'm pushing and running on that treadmill the way I'm running on that treadmill. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I am so strong.
Yep.
And I think to myself, I don't see that, so I am that.
Yes.
So I am the example for people to see that you can get to a certain place in your life where you feel 99.9% comfort in your own skin and your own body, and do all the things that you thought you should have been peaking at when you were 24. So I think that is something we can hang on to, because my goodness, we hear bad stuff about menopause.
Totally.
There is a freedom to it. What advice, Thanuja, would you give to someone who is maybe younger and looking at the way ahead and thinking that it's going to be the Golden Girls? Not that they had a bad life. The Golden Girls had a good life.
Yeah.
But we are in the age, getting to the age that the Golden Girls were at. And it's not just about hanging out at home with a few of your besties. It's about thriving and living a good life.
Yes.
Do you have advice, Thanuja?
I do. One of the reasons I wanted to do this show is because my daughter's 21, and I really want, like, the younger women, you know, the young women growing up in their 20s, to not fear getting older, because we can still look really good, and it's not about how you physically look, but it's also about how you feel on the inside too, right?
Yes.
I really just want girls, the young 20, 30-year-olds, to feel like they're empowered. It's not something to be afraid of. It really isn't. You know, deal with it as it happens, and just like have an open mind and embrace it.
Yes.
You know, life's gonna throw punches. You just got to be able to handle them.
And you can handle them.
100%.
You can handle them. You've got all the experience, and you were made for this.
Yep.
100%.
Sam, advice?
Yeah, I'd have to concur with what she just said. Like, we have, the resources are there, right? We have to get the stigma away from menopause, that now that you're just dried up and there's no use for you.
There's no drying.
Yeah, there's no drying happening. Drying might be happening, but there's help for drying too.
Right.
But what we have to remember is that this is the first generation at the age of 50. We could live another 50 years.
Yes.
So how do you want to feel?
Right.
Do you want to be able to
Right.
get down on the floor with your grandkids and then get up without pain? Do you want to be able to
Right.
move with ease?
Yeah.
And that's the clients that come to me. Even though, like I said, they come to me with weight loss, but they're like, but I just want to have energy. I want to be able to hike. I want to be able to do all these things. So think about that, right?
Right.
Menopause is not a means to an end. Really, it is an opportunity, like I said before, to feel better than you ever have.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I say channel the energy of the mediocre man who asks for $100,000 plus at every job that he doesn't know how to do. Let's channel that audacity for ourselves at this point in our lives and go get all of the things that we ever wanted. You with me?
Yes.
You with me? Let's get